I am sitting in the Gospel Forum in Stuttgart, Germany, this, vacuous auditorium, just filled with empty seats right now. But come the weekend, these seats will be filled. People will be coming to Christ. There'll be great worship in the house here. People will be encouraged. But the truth is, this house and every other church in the world, it doesn't go forward without a host of faithful volunteers. It's been said that volunteers are not paid because they're worthless. It's because they're priceless. And frankly, the Church of God only moves forward because of the labor of so many people that work in the background. I was reading these verses in Romans chapter 16, verse 6. It says, "Greet Mary, who labored much for us." Well, who is this Mary? We don't know, but she labored much. Why would someone labor much? Because they love much. And I wonder how many Marys working behind the scenes have kept the ministry going in so many different areas around the world. Here in Stuttgart, at our home, at Cottonwood Church in Southern California. It goes on, and Paul writes, and he says, "Greet Andronicus and Junia, my countrymen and my fellow prisoners, who are of note among the apostles, who also were in Christ before me." We don't know anything about these guys. Andronicus and Junia, well, apparently they were notable apostles in that day, but who were they sent to? What work did they do? We don't know. They're sort of these unknown heroes that have had an impact for Christ in their day. He goes on, he says, "Greet Amplias, my beloved in the Lord. Greet Urbanus, our fellow worker in Christ, and Stachys, my beloved, and Apelles, approved in Christ. Greet those who are of the household of Aristobulus. Greet Herodian, my countryman. Greet those who are of the household of Narcissus, who are in the Lord." Who are these people? We don't know. But you know what? Though many of them are unknown to history, they are known and celebrated among the angels in heaven because they faithfully worked for the Lord in their day. And if you're watching this right now, and you may not be in the spotlight, you may not be known, you may not be the person up on the platform, but friend, if you work faithfully at your given task, you will be rewarded and applauded in heaven. He goes on, he says, "Greet Tryphena and Tryphosa, who have labored in the Lord." Who are they? I don't know, but they labored in the Lord. He says, "Greet the beloved Persis, who labored much in the Lord." Who's Persis? What did he do? History doesn't tell us. But friend, heaven knows. And in that day, he was significant to the Apostle Paul. And I'll guarantee you, any leader in the church today that has a brain is incredibly grateful for all of the people that volunteer and that hold his or her hands up and enable them to carry on, the ministry in public. He goes on, he says, "Greet Rufus, chosen in the Lord, and his mother and mine." We don't know who Rufus was, and we certainly don't know who his mother was. But apparently the Apostle Paul, treated her like his own mom. Maybe she made meals for him. Maybe Paul stayed at the house of Rufus, and his mama sort of adopted the Apostle Paul. She was very important to him. And you know what? There's some in the church, you just need to be a mama and a daddy and bring an arm of encouragement around some people, and you need to make a meal for somebody and encourage a young person. Listen, your work is incredibly valuable. The work of the kingdom only goes forward because of a myriad of unknown heroes faithfully doing their work each and every day. God bless you.